Hello everybody. So I decided to go live this morning for our read aloud. And I picked this book to read aloud. It is called Lost and Found by Oliver Jeffers, who's an international bestseller. And the story that I have that goes with this book is that when I took my trip last summer to Ireland with Nina and my sister Debbie, we went into a beautiful bookstore and I searched and searched and searched for some books that I could bring home, that I could purchase and bring home with me. And this was one of them. So this is one of the books that I found over the summer, and I just really hadn't had a turn or a chance to read it to you guys. Hi, Tessa. Tessa, I think you're going to really like this story. So I just went downstairs and went through my books, and I was trying to figure out what story I wanted to share with you. And we've kind of been talking a little bit about kindness and feelings and things like that this week. And I want you to be thinking as I'm reading, thinking about maybe the feelings that are happening in this story. And here we go. Lost and Found. Look at that pretty art. Oliver Jeffers. He's done other stories too. I'm going to show you his other books. One is How to Catch a Star. That would have probably been a great book for our how-to writing work. And then the other two books are The Way Back Home and Up and Down. You can check them out. Maybe you can find them in the library or on the library website. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. I wish there was an easier way for me to do read alouds. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought he must be lost. I wonder what the boy's going to do to help the penguin. I wonder what you would do to help the penguin. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the Lost and Found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. There's the Lost and Found office. Look at that. Here are the birds. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? Ooh, look. He ran down to the harbor and he asked a big ship to take him to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. Look at how big that ship is, you guys. Wow. This boy is very brave. So together, he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for the size and strength. They packed everything they would need. Looks like they're packing a, let's see, umbrella and maybe a flashlight. I don't think they would need anything else. And together, they pushed the rowboat out to sea. They rowed for many days and nights, with the boy telling stories all the way. And the penguin listened to everything that the boy said. Look at that. That ocean looks beautiful. Imagine being on the ocean, just you and a penguin. Wonder what that would be like. Ooh, they floated through good weather and bad, and when the waves were as big as mountains. Look at that. That's the bad weather, friends. It looks like a lightning storm. Oh my goodness, how frightening. Until they came to the South Pole. There's the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly, he looked sad again as the boy helped him out of the boat. The boy thought he was doing the right thing, right? The sign says, "Welcome to the South Pole." Maybe on the map you could find the South Pole. See how far it is from us here in Massachusetts. The boy said goodbye. And floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. Oh my goodness. It felt strange to be on his own, and the more he thought, the more he realized he was making a big mistake. Friends, the penguin wasn't lost. The penguin was just lonely. Have you ever felt lonely before? I have. Quickly, he turned the boat around and he headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. There he goes. But look, what's happening? What is the penguin doing? Can you see? Are they going in opposite directions? Oh my goodness. At last he reached the pole again, but where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Sadly, the boy set off for home. There he is, getting back in his boat, friends. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. The closer he got... Oh, look. Can you see? Do you know who it is? Who could it be? I wonder what your prediction is. I think it's the penguin. Look, the penguin used the umbrella as a boat, and he found an oar. Oh. Look at that. I think they're happy to see each other. So the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. And that's the end of the story. I don't know about you, but that story gave me some big feelings. It really did. So, today, when you're writing, this is what I think you should think about. Have you ever had a time when you felt lonely, or a friend felt lonely, or even maybe when a friend felt sad? What did you do? How did you feel better? How did you help yourself or your friend? I'm going to think about that myself. Things are a little different for us in school right now, right? You guys are at home and I'm at my house and we're doing things online and we're not really together, but we can see each other on the computer, which is something I'm grateful for. But I wonder if it makes you feel a little lonely for your friends. It makes me feel a little lonely for my friends and for my students. And one way that helps me to feel better is to connect with you here on Facebook Live and when we have our Fun with Friends meetings. And when I plan for next week, it makes me feel better and feel a little less lonely. So that's your writing challenge today. How do you make yourself feel better when you're feeling a little lonely? How could you make a friend feel better if they're feeling a little lonely? What could you do to cheer people up? Maybe you could draw a picture of what you might do and see if you can add some words to your picture. Write a sentence. I can't wait to see or to hear how you would face that challenge. All right, I will see you guys later this afternoon. Watch for a math challenge today at 2, and then I'll see you at 2:30 for Fun with Friends. Hope you get outside and enjoy some sun. That's going to be part of my plan today. Bye for now.